about to find out with some improvisation and witty banter. You'll have no doubt that, yes, there really is an answer. Kalamazoo.
Good evening, Kalamazoo, and welcome to Yes, There Really Is an Answer, the show that's part game show, part improv theater, part talk show, and all Kalamazoo. I'm Bannon Backus with Crawl Space Theater and Crawl Space Eviction, and I'll be hosting the show tonight. Before we get things going, we'd just like to quickly say that we continue to hope that everyone is doing as well as is possible during the pandemic. And of course, as always, a special thank you to all of the essential workers out there. And we'd also like to wish everyone the best on this Juneteenth. We, along with countless others, hope that this Juneteenth will bring with it the justice and equality that so many have worked so long to achieve. So our hopes are with everyone. And on a more personal note, today also happens to be the birthday of one of my very dear friends. She is one of the original members of Crawl Space Eviction, the director of education with Crawl Space Theater, and one of the nicest people I know, and someone who I'm very happy to have had the privilege of sharing the stage with, Tara Seitzma. Now, you might not know this, but one of the things that Tara and I have in common is that we both love Jurassic Park. So I pulled a few strings, and I've arranged for none other than Dr. Alan Grant to be here tonight to sing Happy Birthday to Tara. So without further ado, I'll ask Dr. Alan Grant to take it away. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tara. And now let's introduce our contestants for tonight. Yes, there they are. On the top right, Paige Carew from Family Secret. In the middle, Wallace Lucas from Joyce to Men. And bottom right, Lindsay Adams with Small Victories. So good to see all of you. So before we get started, I'd just like to quickly check in with everyone, see how you're doing. And as usual, I have a question that I'd like to ask all of you. So we'll start out with you, Paige. How have you been since the last time you were on?
I've been awesome. Can't complain. Summer break's here, so I'm happy.
Awesome. When did your summer break officially start?
Our last day inputting grades was Friday. Last Friday.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
we're all done.
Nice. Any glitches? Any last minute fiascos or anything? Or
a lot of students emailing me about how they can make up for the last 10 weeks of not doing anything. So you got to work with it. Roll with punches, though. But that's
after you make them sweat a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, the question that I would like to ask all of you is a very important one with the beginning of summer, and that is, what song would you like to hear coming from ice cream trucks instead of songs like Pop Goes the Weasel?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I went back and forth on this a lot.
Okay.
And I've been thinking, and I kind of want a remix of a classic.
Okay.
So maybe by 50 Cent. So he did Candy Shop for a long, that's Take Me to the Candy Shop.
Right.
But that's not ice cream. So I was thinking, if he did a rendition of Sprinkle, Sprinkle, Little Star, that would work.
That would totally work.
And I would just like to hear it in his voice, because it's something that makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta go with that.
It's the change that ice cream trucks need.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Awesome. Good to see you again, Paige. And moving right along to Wallace, a first-time guest on Yes, There Really Is an Answer. So welcome aboard, Wallace.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I guess just all things considered, how have you been during this pandemic and whatnot?
I've been well. I've been working from home for several months, and I've just been watching 90 Day Fiancé and then watching YouTube videos where a therapist like responds to 90 Day Fiance. So I'm getting like the whole experience. So that's been really good.
Oh yeah, that's a deep dive. So I am, as far as you know, I am not a huge fan of 90 Day Fiance. So what's the premise?
Oh, it's people. They meet people in other countries, and this is actually before the 90 days. So on this one, they go to like meet them over there and try to form a bond. It's usually like older Americans going and meeting younger people overseas.
Okay. And it always works out perfectly, right?
Occasionally.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Half and half.
All right. Well, same question for you, Wallace. What song do you think we need from the ice cream truck of today?
I was thinking Return to Innocence by Enya. I don't know how you say that. That song sounds like summer to me. It makes me feel like I'm like standing on a cliff, like looking over the ocean.
Yeah. Maybe it's odd, maybe it's not, but oddly enough, I also am a huge Enya fan. So I'm very familiar with that song, and it does have a summer quality to it.
Great song.
Yeah. And it would just kind of mesmerize people and just sort of draw them out of the house.
Sure.
Like, what is that melodic song of the siren? And oh, there's ice cream. Okay. I love it. Good thoughts, Wallace. Good to have you aboard. And last but not least, returning contestant, Lindsay Adams. How have you been, Lindsay, since the last time we saw you?
Oh, I've been good. Just, I think last time I saw you guys, I moved into my new house. And so just breaking it in. And,
okay.
Moving my messes around.
Oh, okay. So do I take that to mean that you're not fully unpacked yet?
I'm pretty unpacked. There's just things that don't have places. So I don't know if they'll ever get unpacked, really.
Yeah, there's no rush. Where's the rush?
Yeah.
So same question for you, Lindsay. What song do you want to hear blaring from the old speaker of the trusty ice cream truck?
So I would love to have an ice cream truck, and they hire a professional marching band, and they play When the Saints Go Marching In, and deck it out Mardi Gras style, throw some beads, have like a po' boy flavored ice cream cones with maybe crab cake waffle cones, just really, that Louisiana Cajun spirit.
Right. Yeah, why not make it a celebration? It's an ice cream truck.
It's an ice cream truck. And like, who wouldn't, a parade going down your, neighborhood?
Yeah, absolutely.
Run out and see what's going on and get some ice cream. So,
well, I hope there are some ice cream truck companies listening, because we've given them no less than 3 good ideas. So hopefully they'll take it and run with it, or I should say drive very slowly away from it. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, moving on, let's go ahead and explain the game for those who might be watching for the first time. The way that we play, Yes, There Really Is an Answer. Each contestant is going to take turns answering questions about Kalamazoo, and there are going to be 6 questions total, each worth 100 points. And we'll end the game with one final question, and that's the big one. Every contestant's going to answer it, and that is worth 300 points, 300 big ones. And after the final question, we'll see who the winner is, and the contestant with the lowest score is going to serenade us with a verse from that timeless song, I've Got a Gal in Kalamazoo, in a cappella style. So if you stay tuned for no other reason, stay tuned for that. Of course, our contestants have improv backgrounds, so not only will they have to try to correctly answer each question, each of them will also have to answer those questions as a character, which I'm going to allow each contestant to choose right now, starting with Paige. And Paige, another quick thank you. I don't know if you saw that I used your character suggestions last time, so thank you again for those. Gotcha. They worked out very well. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if I drew from that list this time around. So we're going to have to settle for what I came up with. So here are your 3 choices, Paige. Someone possessed by a demon, the sole proprietor of a singing telegram service, or the poet laureate of the world.
Oh, wow.
Any of those?
Because it resonates with me. The one possessed by a demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it resonates with you.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. All right. So Paige's character is possessed by a demon, in case you're just tuning in. And what is the name of your character who is possessed by a demon, Paige?
I'm gonna go with I'm blanking here.
Maybe they like ice cream, maybe they don't.
Yeah, maybe they don't. They wouldn't. Only part of them would. Charlene Barkley.
Charlene Barkley
Yes.
is who Paige is going to be playing, and poor Charlene is possessed by a demon. Awesome. Good pick, Paige. And next up, we will check in with Wallace. Here are your three choices, Wallace.
Okay.
A robot that often finds itself talking about movies about robots. Someone recently named 2020's Sexiest Man Alive.
True.
Or someone who takes everything personally.
I'm going to go with someone who takes everything personally.
Okay. Awesome. Takes everything personally. All right. And what is the name of your character, Wallace?
Lester Roscoe.
Lester Roscoe is who Wallace is going to be playing, and his character takes everything personally. All right. And Lindsay, your three character choices are the world's most famous superhero, someone who loves to talk cars, or someone who just won the lottery.
My gosh, that sounds fun. I want to be all of them. I'm going to be the world's famous superhero.
Okay, awesome. So the world's most famous superhero. And what is your superhero's name?
Oh man!
The thing I was so excited to hear one of you pick if you chose this one.
I would love to be
the world's most famous superhero.
Why can't I think of anything right now?
Because it's 90 degrees out.
There
are no ice cream trucks in sight.
This is true.
I want to be Captain Flowerhead.
Ooh, love it.
Captain Flowerhead, the world's most famous superhero. Awesome. Yeah. So we'll do a quick recap. Paige is playing Charlene Barkley, who is unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know, possessed by a demon. Wallace is going to be playing Lester Roscoe, who takes everything personally. And Lindsay is going to be playing Captain Flowerhead, the world's most famous superhero. All right. And as if it couldn't get any better than this, as part of our program, you, the viewer, are going to have an opportunity to ask these characters any question that you'd like. After each contestant has answered one question, we're going to take a short break for a Q&A, and Dan Seitzma, who's working behind the scenes, is going to post any questions that you have. So as soon as possible, go ahead and start commenting with those questions for any or all of these amazing characters, and maybe your question will get asked. And now, without further ado, I'll ask everyone to get into character as we begin playing Yes, There Really Is an Answer. And welcome to Yes, There Really Is an Answer. Thank you so much for joining us. As we get ready to dive into our first question, it's time to introduce our first contestant, who is Charlene Barkley. Thanks for joining us, Charlene.
Hi, it's nice to meet everybody.
It's good to meet you too, Charlene. And how have you been doing recently, Charlene? A lot of things have been tough on a lot of people. How have you been holding up?
It's been an interesting time here. I'm new to the Kalamazoo area. I had to leave my house in Alabama for reasons unknown, but known to me. And I'm happy you're here. I love it. I love it.
That sounds great. And Charlene will have our tech person behind the scenes check on your mic. It seemed like we dipped into a bit of bass there.
Chicken.
Yeah, and it seems like we might be picking up some rogue transmissions from a drive-through. So we will be on that. No worries, Charlene. And without further ado, let's get to our first question for Charlene. Maybe one of Kalamazoo's newest residents. And here's your question, Charlene. In 2009, This Old House magazine described Kalamazoo's blank neighborhood as a great place for a family to purchase an old house. Fill in the blank. And Charlene,
darn.
Yes, there really is an answer.
Oh, darn. This old house.
Yep.
Man, I remember my old house.
Oh, yeah. Did you have maybe one of those Victorian numbers?
Yeah, a real nice one. It came with their own porcelain dolls.
Oh, really?
Beautiful.
Can we get the tech guy on that? Okay. Yeah. So, any ideas on the answer to that question, Charlene?
Well, the only thing I could think of, because of what my realtor was saying, is I'm going to go ahead and talk about a central location. So let's go ahead and say Vine neighborhood for
and you know
100.
What? Vine is absolutely correct. Sure.
Yes.
Yay. Thank you.
What a lovely celebratory voice you have, Charlene.
Thank you.
Awesome. Starting out strong, 100 points on the board. First question answered correctly. A nice, proud addition to Kalamazoo, Charlene.
Thank you.
And we are going to move right along here. And next up, we have Lester Roscoe. Lester, how's it going?
Oh, it's my turn now?
Yes, Lester. You are after Charlene.
Right,
so
I'm second.
Well, yes, as you know, before the game, we chose numbers at random to determine order. So, yeah, you follow Charlene.
I just thought my time is pretty valuable, so maybe I could go first. But yeah, all right.
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. We'll get through this, Lester. So our own Dana White will be pulling up the second question for Lester here in a moment. And there it is, Lester. Your question: in what year was the Upjohn Company founded? 1886, 1896, or 1906? And Lester, yes, there really is an answer. Are you
right? Did you pick this question because you knew that I worked there when I was younger and they fired me?
I did pick the question, but I did not know that, Lester. I sincerely apologize. I can only imagine that this does bring up some bad memories. I apologize for that, Lester.
I didn't even get to take my stuff out in a box, just right out the door.
Really? They kept your Japanese peace lily and your stapler?
Several of them, yeah.
Several.
I had a whole row of them, and they kept them all.
Oh. So I'm to understand that you have a bit of a green thumb then, Lester?
Yeah, you could say that, I guess.
Well,
if you wanted to insult me, but yeah.
No. Lester, I feel like maybe we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Maybe.
Whatever I've done up to this point, I sincerely apologize because I'm so glad to have you here.
All right, Bannon. All
right. Now let's now that we have our happy faces on, let's get back to question number 2 for Lester and see what answer he has in store for us. So in what year was the Upjohn Company founded? Lester, 1886, 1896, or 1906?
Well, as a former employee, I know, of course, it's 1886.
And that is absolutely correct. 2-4-2. Nicely done, Lester. 100 points ties you right up with Charlene. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're incredible. You are special. You're awesome.
Don't
Looks like you already have a fan here, Lester.
Yeah.
Good for you. All right. Moving right along to question 3. That brings us to, and I have to say, I'm a little nervous because for the longest time, up until and including now, the present, Such a huge fan. We have none other here with us than Captain Flowerhead.
Wow.
Captain Flowerhead. It is so
Hey guys.
good to have the world's greatest, most famous superhero here.
Thanks.
How have you been, Captain Flowerhead?
Been all right. It's been a rough one. But yeah.
Oh, Captain.
You know, my superpower is kindness, and it just hasn't been working on the villains these days. It's usually I can turn them around real quick, like, you know, work on them emotionally. And but I'm struggling right now, man. Getting tired.
Because your motto has always been bully them with kindness. Bully them with kindness. And I have read in a lot of the papers that you haven't been doing much bullying, and now I see why.
I haven't been feeling the kindness in my heart. I need to find that, man.
Well, you know what can really bring about some kindness is earning yourself 100 points with a question on Yes, There Really Is an Answer, huh, Captain Flowerhead?
Let's do it.
All right, go, Captain Flowerhead. All right, here's your question. In 2003, where in Kalamazoo did Bobby Hatfield of the Righteous Brothers pass away? And a special thanks to Carl Smith for providing yet another great question for us here on the program. Are you a music fan at all, Captain Flowerhead?
Only the non-lyrical kind.
Non-lyrical kind, a lot of instrumental stuff. I understand.
Sounds.
Well,
sounds of children laughing.
I hear those.
Some of the greatest music. Well, any thoughts there, Captain Flowerhead? In 2003, where in Kalamazoo did Bobby Hatfield of the Righteous Brothers pass away?
I was actually a block away, working on another situation.
Okay.
I was trying to say really nice things to a monster, and that didn't work either. And meanwhile, you know, he was passing away underneath the bridge that connects the Radisson to the parking garage.
You know what? I'm going to give that to you, Captain Flowerhead, because according to my sources, it was the Radisson Plaza Hotel. You mentioned the Radisson. So congratulations. That's right. Let's see that Captain Flowerhead smile right there.
Okay, I'm feeling this kind of.
There it is.
Warm in my heart.
100 points for Captain F. All right. Well, I believe I'm very excited. This is a first, and yes, there really is an answer history. At the end of our first half, each contestant is tied with 100 points. So congratulations. We have the cream of the crop here apparently tonight. And you've been working very hard using those noodles. So it's time for a quick break for our own Dana White to lead us into a Q&A where you, the viewer, get to ask these lovely contestants any question you'd like. And we're going to start out with a question from Hannah McNeil. And this one's for you, Lester. What was your last Amazon purchase?
I don't really appreciate the assumption that I use Amazon. I try to support local businesses. So my last Amazon purchase was nothing. My last purchase was some cupcakes from a local bakery.
Okay.
But I don't,
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's important to support small business. And
it is. Thank you, Hannah.
Right. Yep. And I'm sure that Hannah McNeil didn't mean anything by that. It's just that the average person does use Amazon.
Well, that's a shame.
All right. Fair enough, Lester. All right. Yep. Okay. All right. Our next question comes from Meredith Frank. Captain Flowerhead, what events led up to you exploding Mount Rushmore? An excellent question from Meredith, because I've always wanted to know.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up. That was my glory days.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was feeling so friendly back then. Oh man. Well,
they say that the sparkle from your teeth when you smiled looked like the rising sun.
Exactly. Yeah, that was it. I flew up on that mountaintop.
Mhm.
I was amongst these great, great presidents.
Yeah.
I was having a moment.
Right.
And I let off some fireworks, to celebrate.
Yeah.
And just bring cheer, love, and laughter into the lives of all of these villains, terrible people trying to kill other innocent people.
Mhm.
It was a magical day.
Mhm.
And I let off those fireworks right as I lured them all inside the president's heads.
Oh,
And I
man.
destroyed them all with
friendly
love,
fireworks.
happiness, and lots of fireworks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It was an inestimable loss to the country, but having watched the YouTube clip several hundred times, it was pretty cool.
It's mind-blowing, right?
Captain Flowerhead. I'm starting to see a little bit of the old Captain Flowerhead.
Getting it
All
back.
right. Love it. We're going to keep on watering that flower head. See if we can get it to perk up. Okay, this next one comes from Sue Holler, and it's for you, Charlene. Sue says, I love your voice. I believe I heard you singing backup for Ozzy Osbourne at a concert in Tallahassee in 2002. Am I mistaken, or am I lucky enough to meet a superstar? A great question from Sue Holler.
Are you kidding me, Sue? You are a sweetie pie. Let me tell you that. Sue, while I would be honored to sing with the only Ozzy Osbourne I've ever met, I was just singing in the audience at that show. But it was great because it was the first time I really felt like
I was heard.
So it was great. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Thank you, Sue. Love you.
Yes, thank you, Sue. And we'll keep working on those technical issues, Charlene. Sorry. All right. Well, before we get back to the show, I would just like to quickly say that if you're able to, please support Crawl Space Theater Productions by purchasing e-gift cards on our website. They're a great way to get ready for our live shows and also our upcoming classes. And as always, following Crawl Space Theater Productions on Facebook is a great way to stay up to date on all things Crawl Space Theater. And now let's get back to the second half of Yes, There Really Is an Answer with question 4. And it comes back to you, Charlene. Here's your question, Charlene. On what 3 days of the week is home delivery of the Kalamazoo Gazette's print edition available? And Charlene, yes, there really is an answer.
Oh my goodness. Bannon. Why are you always giving me these stinky little questions? This is tough. Got to go back to remember what days of the week there are. But, oh boy. Man, Captain Flowerhead, you've always been helping me out to be more positive. In fact, you were one of the inspirations that put Kalamazoo on the map for me because I knew that if I was close to you, I'd be close to positivity and love. So always been a big fan.
Thank you. Thanks.
So if you feel like helping me out, go ahead and do.
Or don't.
But
help her, Captain Flowerhead. Oh. Help her. You can do it.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to harness this energy.
Yeah. You got it.
These powers. Oh, they're exhausting.
Go, Captain Flowerhead. Do it.
Loving kindness.
You got 1 day? I think I got 1 day.
Okay. We'll take them in order. What's 1 day?
It ends in a day.
I think there's got to be Sunday newspaper.
Absolutely correct. Only 2 more left.
Sunday. Wallace Bosco, you said your name was?
Roscoe.
Yeah, Lester Roscoe is his name, and he's a great guy. He's an absolutely fantastic contestant, Lester Roscoe.
Get it right. Come on.
I love Bosco sticks, but I'm trying to get the other ones. What about a Wednesday?
No, I think it's Tuesday.
A Tuesday.
It's gotta be.
You're going with Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's 2. Sunday, Tuesday.
Yeah, that's very good.
We're getting some feedback here.
A Tuesday and a Thursday.
That's absolutely correct. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Nicely done, Charlene. And great help from Charlene and Lester. Wow.
See, love wins. Love wins.
Yes.
Thank you.
Love wins.
Love wins. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Great. Nicely done, everybody. Great job.
Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
Together we can accomplish so much. Moving on to question 5, and this is for Lester, one of my favorites, a great guy. Lester, Yep. And Lester, your question is here. The Roamer is the name of an automobile that was once manufactured in Kalamazoo. What silent film star used to own a Roamer?
It's a good one.
Are you a car guy at all, Lester?
No, I'm not. And I just want to say, I don't want to backtrack too much, but I'm a little annoyed. I was the second choice for help on that last question.
Whoopsie.
Like, I'm not trash. I can answer a question, but okay, we'll just move on.
Yep, we'll move on. All I can say is that there was the world's greatest superhero present. So,
Yeah,
I don't
Captain
think
Flowerhead.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. She ruined my vacation to Mount Rushmore. So great, thank you.
Oh,
the Roamer, silent film star, Ben, and I'm going to have to go with Sir Charles Chaplin. Final answer.
Okay, and that is a great guest. That is a great guess, Lester. You're the great guest. Unfortunately, the answer is Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton. Sorry about that, Lester, and sorry about your vacation to Mount Rushmore.
Thank you.
All right. That leads us to our last question of our normal round. Question 6. It's for Captain Flowerhead, who still has a bit of a smile on her face. There it is. Yours is a visual question, much like Mount Rushmore was a visual monument. So the following heavily distorted picture, Captain Flowerhead, shows something that is located in Kalamazoo. What is it? And Dana White will bring up that picture here in a moment. And there it is, Captain Flowerhead. There it is. What do you see? What do you see with those friendly, kind eyes?
You can do it.
I got this.
You do.
It's outside.
It's
outside.
I think that's right.
It's on a river.
Wow.
I helped a child who was drowning in the Kalamazoo River.
I remember that.
I lured him out with kindness.
Yep.
I told them how pretty they look when their lungs are filled with water.
Yep.
And how smart they look, and they just came right back out of that water.
Yep. And you
Kalamazoo River.
That's right. The Kalamazoo River. Captain
Incredible.
Flower had 100 more points.
Incredible.
Feel the power.
I feel your powers.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is so awesome to see the resurgence of Captain Flowerhead, the kindness of Lester, the successes of Charlene. It's great. It's great. Okay. All right. That means all that we have left is our final question, contestants. That's right. It's time for Kalamazoo, Portage, or blank. Kalamazoo, Portage, or blank. And the blank this time around is hot coffee, Mississippi. Hot coffee, Mississippi. All right. So here is your question, contestants. Which location, Kalamazoo, Portage, or hot coffee, Mississippi, was mentioned in a movie by a character being played by actress Kathy Bates? And I'll read that for you one more time. Which location, Kalamazoo, Portage, or hot coffee, Mississippi, was mentioned in a movie by a character being played by actress Kathy Bates? And while our contestants are writing down those answers, I'll just quickly say to you, stay tuned for another edition of Yes, There Really Is an Answer, and stay up to date on all things Crawl Space Theater by following Crawl Space Theater Productions on Facebook. And also be sure to sign up for our email updates. As always, we promise not to spam you. we'll only send you cool updates. Also, if this is the sort of thing that you've come to enjoy, be sure to also check out Farmers Alley Theater's Facebook page. They've been putting out some great online content, so be sure to check out their Facebook page for details on that. And we'll go ahead and check back in with our contestants. It looks like they are almost done. It looks like Lester has his answer written. Not second, first done.
I was ready.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So Charlene, she might have been ready as well.
Yeah, Lester.
little friendly banter. Very
Lester, don't fester.
That's rude.
All right. And it looks like Captain Flowerhead is looking very proud, having finished writing down her answer. So we will take the answers to this question in order, starting with Charlene. Now, Charlene, before you show us your answer, go ahead and talk us through your thought process.
Well, I was listening to my Kathy Bates podcast on my drive up here, and it was really hitting the spot. And then I was remembering something, and
the voices.
Excuse me. The voices in my heads were telling me it's what you think it is. Go with your gut, right? Right, Lester? Right?
Yeah. Go with your gut. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Lester goes with his gut everywhere he goes.
Right.
Let's not get personal.
Well.
So,
So I went with things that feel good because Kathy Bates feels good physically, emotionally, all of those things. So I went with Hot Coffee, Mississippi.
Oh,
Hot Coffee, Mississippi.
Yes, I see that. I also see some other things. All right, 300 points.
I got it.
Yes, you did.
Wow.
300 points for.
Thank you very much.
Now let's move on to Lester. Okay, Lester, please go ahead and talk us through your thought process, super quick and not creepy like.
Well, I try to watch at least one Kathy Bates movie every day, so I'm a little crestfallen here. But because of that, I was positive I had the right answer, and I put what is Kalamazoo? So
a good guess. When in doubt, go with Kalamazoo. I understand where your head was at on that. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the right guess this time, Lester. I'm very sorry. Are you okay, Lester?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not ruined by your little game, Bannon. So let's just,
Fair enough.
Carry on.
Great to keep things in perspective, Lester. All
Thank
right. Moving on to that ray of sunshine, Captain Flowerhead.
Wow.
Who we've seen a bit of a resurgence here. It's great to have you back, Captain Flowerhead.
Thank you.
Captain Flowerhead, talk us through your thought process before you show us your answer.
Well, Kathy Bates. I like her a lot. She's played villains before. And, yep. So I've actually been behind the scenes coaching her, on the set.
Like a consultant.
Yep. Since I am very close to the villains, I can kind of get into their psyche and, so it's kind of some reverse psychology there. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and in fact, she talked about hot coffee quite a bit.
Wow.
And I see some fun extras there. Flowers, stars.
Love flowers.
Charlene, maybe take a cue from that. All right, 300 points for Captain Flowerhead. That means our totals are, Charlene, you have 500 points.
Wow.
Captain Flowerhead, you have 300 points. And Lester, you have 100 points.
Oh.
So that means, Lester, it's a great honor because you now get to sing a verse from that timeless classic, I've Got a Gal in Kalamazoo. How do you feel about that, Lester?
Well, I think I should have gotten some points for the one I helped Charlene on, but I'll accept it.
Yeah, and you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm going to give you an additional 100 points, which brings your final score to 200, and still leaves you in last place.
Well, you're an honorable man, Bannon.
Thank you, Lester. I appreciate it. All right. Well, Lester, do you have the verse from the song up that you'd like to sing from?
I'm going to do the first verse because it's the one I know.
Okay, fantastic. So I will count you down, Lester. And meanwhile, Charlene and Captain Flowerhead and I are going to dance as if it's the best rendition of that song we've ever heard, because I'm sure it will be. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, take it away.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I got a gal in Kalamazoo. Zoo, zoo, zoo. Don't want to boast, but I know she's a toast of Kalamazoo, zoo, 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 zoo.
Awesome. Huge round of applause for Lester. And I want to thank all of my contestants, everyone watching, everyone a part of Crawl Space Theater. Be sure to take care of yourselves, viewers. And really quickly, Captain Flowerhead, get over to Charlene's right away because I think she's possessed by a demon. And
I know I will.
Help control the bat population. Have your bats spayed or neutered. Good night, everybody.
Kalamazoo, you are about to find out with some improvisation and witty banter. You'll have no doubt that, yes, there really is an answer. Kalamazoo.